Hello, my name is Andrew Gullis. I am the town administrator for the town of Charlton, and I am providing information on the Charlton Fire Department Substation project that will be considered at this year's annual town election and annual town meeting. So, why are we proposing this project? The Charlton Fire Department operates under one manned station, Station 1, and two unmanned stations, Station 2 and a Quonset hut, otherwise known as Station 3. Station 2 is currently located at 54 North Main Street and was built in 1929. The original purpose of this building was to serve as the town's highway barn. The current facility lacks any operational facilities and experiences regular flooding. The building itself is not structurally sound, and Station 2 has been deemed unrepairable and in need of replacement. The Quonset hut is located across from Station 1 on Power Station Road and is located on leased property. The building itself currently houses the town's tower truck, which is valued at $1.2 million. Due to the poor conditions of Station 2, the apparatus currently housed there has become severely deteriorated. The undercarriage of the apparatus has been heavily impacted by rust from regular flooding incidences. The estimated cost to replace one piece of apparatus is between $800,000 and $1.5 million. Currently, over $3 million in town assets are being destroyed by sitting in these conditions. So, what are the goals of this project? First, to design a fire department building that appropriately meets the needs of the town of Charlton. Second, to establish a public safety asset within close proximity to all Charlton schools. Third, to increase safety and fire protection by dramatically reducing response times within the community. And fourth, to establish a responsible and efficient plan that minimizes the financial impact to the residents of the town of Charlton. To accomplish our first goal of designing a fire department building that appropriately meets the needs of the town of Charlton, the proposed substation building is designed to fit the apparatus currently housed in Station 2 and the Quonset hut, as well as personnel to man the apparatus. The station includes 4 drive-through bays, 3 administrative offices for community risk reduction, a training room large enough to house 12 people, gear lockers, a small fitness room, dorm rooms, a day room, and kitchen space. The exterior has been designed to fit the characteristics of the neighborhood it would be located in. The second goal of the project is to establish a public safety asset within close proximity to all Charlton schools. The proposed substation building will be located at the entrance of Charlton Middle School at the intersection of Heritage Drive and Oxford Road. The establishment of a public safety asset at this location will provide immediate response to the school campus in the event of an emergency. Currently, there's a 7-minute driving response time to the Charlton School campus from Station 1 on Power Station Road. The proposed building location is 1,500 feet from Charlton Middle School and Heritage School, just over a half mile from Bay Path, and just under a half a mile from Charlton Elementary School. The third goal is to increase safety and fire protection by dramatically reducing response times within the community. The Charlton Fire Department currently covers a primary response area of 44 square miles, including large portions of the Mass Pike and Route 20. Based on the current single-staffed station model, the department is able to respond to 56.9% of the town in under 4 minutes and 84% of the town in under 8 minutes. The average travel time per call now is 4 minutes and 31 seconds, and the 90th percentile of calls are responded to in 9 minutes and 40 seconds. With a second manned station on Oxford Road, the department would be able to cover 63% of the town in under 4 minutes and 92% of the town in under 8 minutes. This would reduce the average travel time to 3 minutes and 50 seconds, and the 90th percentile of calls would be responded to within 7 minutes and 38 seconds. This is a 2-minute reduction in response time. In emergency services, reduced response times save lives. The fourth goal of the project is to establish a responsible and efficient plan that minimizes the financial impact to the residents of the town of Charlton. The town engaged a feasibility study which presented a final report in August of 2023. At that time, the estimated total project cost was approximately $17.4 million. Once the town completed schematic design with known site conditions and necessary electric, mechanical, and plumbing designs to meet the new energy code, the revised total project cost was revised to $19 million. At the October 11th, 2023 special town meeting, $400,000 was appropriated from free cash and $100,000 from municipal building funds were allocated towards schematic design and design development phases for this project. The costs are included in the total soft costs of the project. The Board of Selectmen have adopted a funding plan which will fund $13.1 million of the project as a debt exclusion and all other related project development and contingencies to be funded within the town's existing operational budget. The ballot vote on May 4th will authorize the town to exclude $13.1 million of the project costs from the tax levy limit. The remaining $5.4 million will be funded through a combination of capital stabilization funds, bond proceeds, and a loan authorization to be funded under the levy limit. So far, the town has obtained $150,000 in state grant funds to support this project and has allocated American Recovery Act funds toward offsetting the taxpayer impact. The town continues to pursue additional grant programs to further reduce this burden. Additional funds may be allocated by town meeting vote prior to project bonding to offset any borrowing costs. Based on the $13.1 million debt exclusion, the excluded amount average homeowner impact beginning in FY27 will be approximately $148 per year to the average single-family taxpayer. The chart below outlines the estimated impact of the $13.1 million dependent on the assessed value of individual property. On the town's website, a tool has been created which, if you place your individual property value, you will be able to determine your individual impact. This slide shows some of the views of the project from various site locations, including an overhead as to how it would fit on the site in relation to the neighborhood. The project timeline of this project begins back in October of 2022, when the Board of Selectmen appointed a fire substation committee and funding through their study through a grant authorized by the Board of Selectmen. In February 2023, Context Architecture was selected by the feasibility study committee to conduct the feasibility study. In October of 2023, the Board of Selectmen were presented the final feasibility report with an estimated cost. In October of 2023, special town meeting authorized funding for schematic design and design development in the amount of $400,000, while $100,000 had previously been allocated for municipal building design. Between November 2023 and May of 2024, The town assigned an owner's project manager and performed the schematic design for this project. On May 4th, 2024, the town election will be asked to authorize a debt exclusion vote for construction of $13.1 million. On May 20th, 24, the town meeting will be asked to authorize funding mechanisms for the full project costs, including the $13.1 million debt exclusion and $5.4 million in direct funds and debt issued within the levy limit. If approved, beginning in June, the town will begin to prepare construction documents, go through the permitting process, and bid the project out. It's projected that construction would start as early as November of 2024 with a target completion date of December of 2025. In the May 2026 annual town meeting will be the first meeting that the town meeting will be asked to approve a loan amount within the operational budget. On January of 2027 will be the first time that taxpayers will see a tax bill which will reflect the impact of the debt exclusion vote. On Saturday, May 4th, voters will be asked the following question on the ballot. Shall the town of Charlton be allowed to exempt for the provisions of Proposition 2 1/2, so-called $13,100,000 of bonds and interest associated therewith issued in order to pay costs of designing, construction, equipping, and furnishing a new fire substation, including the payments of all costs incidental and related thereto? A majority vote is required for passage of this ballot question in the affirmative. On Monday, May 20th, town meeting will be asked under Article 5 to support a motion that appropriates the sum of $18.5 million to pay costs of designing, constructing, equipping, and furnishing a new fire department substation, the acquisition of any land or interests in land necessary in connection therewith, and for the payment of all costs incidental and related thereto, and that to meet this appropriation, $1.5 million be transferred from capital stabilization funds, $98,000 be transferred from unexpended bond proceeds that are no longer needed to complete the project for which they were originally borrowed, and that the treasurer, with the approval of the Board of Selectmen, be authorized to borrow $60,902,000 pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 7(1), or pursuant to any other enabling act, and to issue bonds or notes of the town therefore. No amounts shall be borrowed or expended pursuant to this vote until the town has voted to exclude $13,100,000 from the $16,902,000 principal amounts of bond issued by this vote, and the interest associated therewith maturing each year on any bonds or notes issued pursuant to this vote from the property tax levy limits contained in General Law, Chapter 59, Section 21C, otherwise known as Proposition 2 1/2. A 2/3 majority vote of town meeting is required for passage. Some of the common questions that have been asked of this project include: why not just make this building bigger and centralize all operations to this location? A primary goal of the substation project is to reduce overall response time to the community at large. Due to the geographic area of the town, there is no way to improve response time in one area without sacrificing in another. This plan works to address this issue. Additionally, even with a similar site plan, a building large enough to house all current apparatus and a staff at a single location in the current construction market would be approximately $28 million. So what is the plan for the current fire headquarters? The headquarters on Power Station Road will remain operational for the foreseeable future, with incremental facility improvements in the coming years. Long term, the town would evaluate the need for a public safety building versus a standalone fire or police station, as long as these buildings continue to age. However, the needed size would be reduced from the previously proposed public safety building due to the needs being met by the construction of a substation. So, what is the plan for Station 2? Station 2 is structurally deficient, beyond repair, and is planned to be demolished. The property will either be redeveloped as a municipal parking lot or be sold. Does the town need to hire any additional firefighters to support the substation? Additional staffing would be necessary to maximize the benefits of the station. The current department staffing level is 4 shifts with 6 firefighters each. With 14% call volume increases since 2020, 4 additional firefighters would need to be hired to increase staffing to 7 per shift. The 7 per shift level will be adequate to meet the increasing demands on the fire department and better deploy the staff to optimize coverage of the town. Does the town need to purchase additional apparatus to support the plan? No. The building is designed to house the apparatus fleet currently owned by the town. There are no plans to increase the number of vehicles in the fleet. The fire department has developed a 25-year apparatus replacement plan that provides stability and reliability to meet its needs. So can the town spend more than what's approved? No. Town meeting approves the budget for the project. No additional funding is available to the project without town meeting approval. If you would like any additional information about the project or have any questions, please visit the project page at www.townofcharlton.net/fire-department-substation-project. A quick link is on the main page of the Town of Charlton website. If you have any additional questions, please contact myself, Town Administrator Andrew Golis, at andrew.golis@townofcharlton.net or Fire Chief Edward Knopf at edward.knopf@townofcharlton.net. Thank you very much.